Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Here's the first part of What If Naruto was the senju heir. The link to the What If and the author is in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like the story. Let's get started here. Chapter 1, Depression and Discovery. October 10th, Naruto age 4 A young child is currently seen running for his life. He is being chased by some of the villagers of Konohagakure no Sado. He has sun-kissed blonde, spiky hair and blue eyes, a heart-shaped face and 3 whiskers markings on each cheek. He has on a black t-shirt with a red swirl on the chest, blue shorts and blue open-toed shinobi sandals. This boy is Uzumaki Naruto, and not long ago he was kicked out of the orphanage he was living at. Since then he had been living on the streets for the past 2 weeks. At first, he went to see his Gigi, but the secretary turned him away. With no other choice he went to sleep under houses, and he ate what he could find in the trash. He could have stolen food, but he did not want to be a thief, and not one villager was willing to sell him any food. Then today happened. Today of all the days in the year always made the villagers go crazy. Today was October the 10th. It was the anniversary of the day the Yondaime Hokage defeated the Kyuubi no Yoko. Naruto hated this day because it was also his birthday. He wanted to give himself something special today. Today he wanted to eat the fruit that fell from the trees because of the fall season. He was on his way over to the fruit tree that grew over the east wall of the village when the villagers found him. Naruto knew then and there that they wanted to hurt him. His bad vibes radar, as he liked to call it, was going off like crazy. He immediately ran away with all he had, which led to the situation right now. Why me? Naruto asked himself. What did I do to deserve this? He again asked himself in a louder voice. You know damn well what you did, demon, one villager shouted. Let's finish what the Yondaime started, another villager shouted. Naruto looked back while he ran and saw the villagers chasing him, were now holding torches and a multitude of weapons. Naruto was shocked that a few shinobi were also mixed in and they were preparing to throw shuriken and kunai at him. Seeing the weapons in the hands of the shinobi, Naruto turned a corner and his eyes widened. A dead end. We've got you now, demon, a shinobi yelled. This is your end, a villager chimed in. The Yondaime will finally be avenged, another shinobi said while going through some motions with his hands. Naruto's eyes widened when he saw the hands of the shinobi. When he was at the orphanage, he has read a lot of books. The books that he liked to read the most were about shinobi. From shinobi history to shinobi abilities. The one that caught his attention was shinobi abilities, namely ninjutsu. Ninjutsu required hand seals to work, and if this ninja who is wearing the flak jacket of a chunin, then this ninjutsu is going to have lethal force. No, I don't want to die, Naruto yelled and thought. Naruto looked around, panicking as he was trying to find some way out of this. His heart was racing, his body was heating up and sweat was pouring from his head. The villagers were blocking his only escape and there are no windows to jump through nor was there any doors. I don't want to die, Naruto screamed. And to the shock of everyone present, tree branches burst out of his body and quickly restrained the mob in front of him before they could react. Naruto was shocked to say the least. Why are tree branches coming out of his body? Why do things always keep happening to him? Naruto, a familiar voice shouted out. Naruto turned to see his Gigi running towards him along with his Anbu. Naruto's Gigi is not his real Ojichin, but he treats him like it. This man is Sarutobi Hiruzen the Yondaime Hokage. He has light tan skin, gray hair, and a gaunter face with wrinkles and liver spots of old age. His cloths consist of his Hokage garbs. A hat with a kanji for fire and a hori with a red, full-length kimono that is tied using a white sash. His Anbu wore white porcelain masks with animal face painted on, black clothing, a gray flak jacket, metal arm guards and gloves, ninja sandals with spikes. 3 ninja pouches on their back waist and a spiral tattoo on their shoulder. Hiruzen was shocked when he landed on the scene in front of him. When he had heard that Naruto was kicked out of the orphanage 2 weeks ago and his secretary, when questioned, had turned young Naruto away when he came to tell him. Hiruzen then fired the secretary and immediately sent out his Anbu to search for Naruto. Once they reported that they found him and was being chased by a mob of villagers and even ninja, and he swiftly took off to Naruto's location. When Hiruzen arrived the scene, he did not expect to find Naruto with tree branches coming out his body and wrapped around the mob of civilians and shinobi. Minato, your son has awoken the Kekkei Genkei of your clan, Hiruzen thought in shock. Hiruzen shook the shock from his mind and immediately tried to assess the situation. He turned to Naruto and asked him a few questions. When Naruto finished explaining everything that happened to his Jiji, the aged Hokage and his Anbu were shocked. Hiruzen quickly turned to the mob and gave them a hard glare while leaking killing intent at them. The group of civilians and shinobi started to shake in fear. Anbu, take them to Ibiki, the Sandaime roared in anger. Yes sir, all the Anbu replied, then went about carrying out their order. Hiruzen turned to Naruto and smiled. Naruto smiled right back, giving his Jiji a tiered smile as the branches receded back into his body and then proceeded to pass out from exhaustion. The aged Hokage reacted quickly and caught Naruto before he could hit the ground. Hiruzen then picked the young boy up and carried him in his arms as he smiled down apologetically at him. I'm sorry Naruto. This is all my fault, Hiruzen said softly. I should have looked out for you better than this, the old Kage continued dejectedly as he walked back to his office with the one Anbu that stayed behind to continue his guard duty. This Anbu is currently in the standard Anbu uniform with a dog face painted on his mask and silver gravity-defying spiky hair that tilted a bit to the side. He looked over to Naruto that is currently sleeping in the Hokage's arms, then raised his head up to look up at the said Hokage's face. Hokage-sama, the silver-haired Anbu started, but was cut off. You don't need to say it Inu, the aged leader stated in a tone that hinted that this was not the place to speak. Yes sir, the silver-haired Anbu responded while nodding his head as he and the Hokage continued to walk to the Hokage's office. Hokage's office . Back at the Hokage's office we find Naruto sleeping on the couch while Hiruzen is at his desk sorting through papers and smoking from his tobacco pipe as he awaits for Naruto to wake up. The aged shinobi glances over at Naruto as he contemplates on how to tell the young boy about his heritage. But before he can think any further he hears Naruto stirring. Naruto groans as he slowly opens his eyes before quickly snapping the open as he remembers what happened before passing out. Calm yourself my boy, you are safe now, Hiruzen said as he got up from his seat and walked over to Naruto. Jiji, Naruto said in an almost whisper. You must have some questions for me, Hiruzen said as he braces himself for the inevitable. Naruto looked at his Jiji with dull tired eyes that no child his age should have. Naruto thought back on the events that transpired tonight and realized the significance of what he did. He had used the legendary Makuten. The Makuten is a Kekkei Genkei of the Senju clan. Even though the ability is in the Senju clan, the last person to use it was Senju Hashirama and no one else. So why? Why him? Could it be possible that? Am I a Senju? Naruto asked out loud. Yes, Hiruzen responded with a firm nod. How? Naruto asked. Because your father was a Senju, Hiruzen replied taking a drag from his pipe. My father? Naruto yelled out in shock. Yes, your father, Hiruzen said. Naruto tried his best to calm himself down and thought on who his father could be. From his knowledge the only Senju that are around is Senju Tsunade. Naruto's eyes widened when he came to a realization. The Yondaime, Naruto thought. The Yondaime Hokage's name is Senju Minato and the son of Senju Tsunade and Senju Dan, formerly Namikaze Dan. The Yondaime died on the day the Kyuubi attacked. The same day he was born. Thinking this, Naruto looked up and turned his head to the photos of the previous Hokage and gazed at the picture of the Yondaime. Azure blue eyes and spiky, yellow blonde hair with jaw-length bangs framing either side of his oval-shaped face. Haha, spitting image, Naruto said with a dry laugh. Yes, you look so much like your father that I'm truly surprised that no one ever saw it, Hiruzen replied. And my mother? Naruto asked as he looked at his Jiji. Uzumaki Kushina, Hiruzen replied. You have her face, the old Hokage added. Uzumaki? Naruto asked with his head tilted to the side. Yes, Uzumaki, he replied. After your parents died, I wanted to protect you from any threats until I got in contact with Tsunade, so in the meantime I gave you your mother's last name instead of your father's, Hiruzen explained. Threats? Naruto asked with his brows furrowing. Your father acquired a name for himself for his actions in the Third Shinobi War, Hiruzen explained taking another drag from his pipe. Kiroi Senko and Iwa? Naruto asked. Hiruzen raised an eyebrow at that as he did not realize Naruto knew so much. From know about the Makuten and knowing it belongs to the Senju clan to figuring out who his father is with just a hint and now knowing his father's alias. How do you know all this, Naruto? Hiruzen asked in surprise. I read a lot in the orphanage, Naruto replied. Hiruzen nodded his head at that as he always saw Naruto with a book every time he came to visit him in the orphanage. As the Sandaime was about to ask if Naruto any more questions for him, he saw the scowl on Naruto's face. Is something wrong, Naruto my boy? Hiruzen asked. Did Tsunade Bachan abandon me? Naruto asked. No, she didn't, Naruto Hiruzen replied, but inwardly smiled at how Naruto is already calling Tsunade Bachan. During the Kyuubi attack, Tsunade was at the daimyo's castle and did not hear about until after and has yet to come back, Hiruzen continued. That doesn't explain why she is not here, Naruto interrupted. I'm getting to that, my boy, Hiruzen replied with a shake of his head. Naruto may be smart for his age, but his immaturity is still like the rest of children his age. Hiruzen took a long drag from his pipe, then exhaled with a sigh. I believe Tsunade thinks that no one survived the Kyuubi attack, including you, the old warhorse said. But I did survive, Naruto exclaimed. Yes, and I have been trying to send letters to Tsunade for the past 4 years to tell her that, but I get no reply, Hiruzen stated, followed by another drag from his pipe. I think someone here in the village is trying to sabotage my attempts to bring Tsunade home, Hiruzen finished as he went over to his desk to refill his pipe with tobacco. Who would try to sabotage the cage of their own village, and if that's the case, should we be talking like this in the open? Naruto asked. Hiruzen smiled at what Naruto had asked as he sat back down on his office chair. It really shows how smart the boy is at his age. No need to worry about anyone listening, my boy. There are countermeasures in place to prevent spying on the Hokage, and as far as the one trying sabotage me, I have my suspicions. Hiruzen replay, taking a drag from his pipe with freshly replaced tobacco. Okay, then my last question, is the Kyuubi sealed in me? Naruto asked with a saddened face. Hiruzen inwardly sighed, knowing full well that this was coming. The boy is smart, and it was only a matter of time before he put 2 and 2 together, especially with what this conversation was going over. Yes, Naruto, the Kyuubi is sealed inside you, Hiruzen replied. But how did you figure that out? Hiruzen continued and asked. Naruto may be smart for his age, but to figure it out this quickly is unheard of. He should not have any knowledge of the term sealing or what it's used for. Well, at first I didn't realize why everyone kept calling me demon and always came after me on the anniversary of the Kyuubi's defeat, but after talking with you about all this, Gigi, Naruto said before pausing to take a breath. It's not that hard to put it together, especially after remembering something I read in a book about the Kyuubi being one of 9 beings called Biju, and that you can't kill them, only seal them, though I don't know why, and I don't understand why my father sealed the Kyuubi in me, Naruto finished. Hiruzen could not help have his jaw drop and eyes widened as he continued to listen to Naruto, but snapped out it as heard Naruto ask the reason Minato sealed the Kyuubi in his own son. From what I can understand, your father sealed the Kyuubi inside in hopes you can master its power, the Hokage replied. How like I'll ever use the Kyuubi's power, Naruto stated with a scoff. I have other means to be a strong shinobi, Naruto continued. So you want to become a shinobi, Naruto? Hiruzen asked. Yup. Not only that, but it's my dream to become the Hokage, that way I can protect the whole village and get them to acknowledge me, Naruto replied in excitement as he jumped up and down. Hiruzen smiled at Naruto wanting to be Hokage, as it's the same dream both his parents had. But he must remind Naruto that being the Hokage is not easy. Naruto, my boy, it warms my old heart to know you want to be Hokage, but being the Hokage is not an easy road, the Hokage said, getting Naruto's attention. I know, but with hard work any dream is possible, to Tebeo, Naruto replied with his excitement not dwindling even a bit. Hiruzen, watching Naruto jump around, was thinking Og equals F who to find to Naruto to be a ninja. Tenzo is the obvious choice because of his connection to the Makuten, Hiruzen thought. I'll send for him tomorrow, but I think I'll take Naruto someplace good, Hiruzen added in thought as he got up from his chair. Naruto, it's been a long night, how about we go get something to eat? We can continue this talk tomorrow, Hiruzen asked as he walked up to Naruto. All right, food. I'm starving, Naruto replied in excitement. And with that they went off to eat their fill. End of chapter.